We still have plenty of characters to get through for Honkai Star Rail, and we're still on only the 4 stars. There's only a couple more left though, so be patient with me. We're going to be talking about another wind character that actually I believe you can get as a free-to-play character. So this is actually a pretty decent one from what I've seen, and we're going to go over Sampo's kit here. Yes, we're talking about Sampo, but before we get into that, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified when the next Honkai Star Rail video comes out. And of course, leave a comment. Would love to hear you guys' opinions. But without any further delay, let's go ahead and get right into it. Our boy Sampo here is a 4-star wind user, and he is part of the Nihility path, which characters with this path will debuff their enemies and gain an advantage by reducing the enemy's overall battle power. So he is a debuffer, but I've seen a lot of attack when it comes to him, but we're gonna get right into that. So first off, Dazzling Blades, we already know, dealing wind damage for 50, 100, and 110 of Sampo's attack. Always like that with every single one. Ricochet Love throws a dagger that deals wind damage equal to 28, 56, and 61% of Sampo's attack to a single enemy. The dagger will bounce randomly between enemies up to a maximum of 4 times, each time dealing wind damage equal to 28, 56, and 61% of Sampo's attack. So he's going to AoE, which is pretty good. I like the fact that he AoEs and just hits them constantly. And then of course the ultimate surprise present deals wind damage equal to 96, 160, and 172% of Sampo's attack to all enemies, with a 100% base chance to increase the target's damage over time taken by 20, 30, and 32% for 2 turns. So he will actually help with that damage over time, which is really, really good. Now, Windthorn Dagger, the talent, Sampo's attacks have a 65% base chance to inflict wind shear for 3 turns. Enemies inflicted with wind shear will take wind damage over time equal to 24, 48, and 52% of Sampo's attack at the beginning of the turn. Wind shear can stack up to 5 times. So he is going to shred these people with wind damage, which is absurd. And then of course, Shining Bright throws a firebomb towards the enemy and inflicts blind for 10 seconds. Blinded enemies won't detect the presence of your team. When attacking an enemy blinded by flash bombs, there is a 100% fixed chance to delay all enemies' actions by 25% when entering combat. So he's going to delay their attacks. Like, boom, you're not allowed to attack yet. So that's really, really good. Traces at A2, we get Trap. Extends the duration of wind shear by 1 turn. So instead of doing it for 3 turns, it's 4 turns now. Major Trace, right here, defensive position at A4, using Sampo's ultimate additionally regenerates 10 energy. So you could use your ultimate again. Not really right out the gate. You need a certain amount of energy, but 10 energy back makes it a lot easier to get to. And then Spice Up at A6, enemies with wind shear effect deal 15% less damage to Sampo. Now granted, the only thing that sucks with that is it's only towards Sampo and not the rest of your team. So the rest of your team will take normal damage, Sampo will take that 15% less. Now Eidolons. 3 and 5, as always, don't worry about those. Eidolon 1, when using Sampo's skill, throwing dagger gains 1 more bounce attack. So instead of 4 times, it's 5 times, which is really, really good. Eidolon level 2, Infectious Enthusiasm. When an enemy with wind shear is defeated, there is a 100% base chance to inflict 1 stack of wind shear equal to talent on all enemies. Now, Eidolon level 4, the deeper the love, the stronger the hate. When Sampo's skill hits an enemy with 5 or more stacks of wind shear, the current wind shear immediately deals 10% of its current damage. So he's just going to keep stacking and stacking that wind shear energy, or wind shear damage. So, and then of course level 6, increased spending. Sampo's talent wind shear damage multiplier increases by 10%. So it's going to be based on all of that damage. Now, let's go into relics. Now, usually with somebody who's a debuffer, you would want to go with probably the Thief of Shooting Meteor or Wastelander of the Banditry Desert. However, because you're so focused on that wind shear damage and doing as much wind damage as possible, I'm saying Eagle of Twilight Line might be the better option. 2-piece and 5-piece increases wind damage by 12%, with the 4-piece increasing the wearer's speed by 10 and regenerates 5% of max energy after each action for the wearer. So you're getting more energy back for your wind character, aka Sampo, which gives you the ultimate back, which is what you want. You want to constantly get this ultimate back so you can continue to get the base chance of increasing your target's DOT taken by 20, 30, and 32% for 2 turns. You want to constantly get that back. Now let's go into the light cones here. Now, honestly, Eyes of the Prey could work because you want to increase your damage over time, and the effect hit rate will do really, really well with what happens with Wind Shear and what was it? The blinded? Yeah, blinded effect. So you kind of want to deal with that. Honestly, I think that's really the only one that I would say would be his best bet. You could go into the 5 stars and do In the Name of the World, but at the same time, I don't feel that that's the go-to per se. Increases the wearer's damage to debuffed enemies by 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40% when the wearer uses their skill. The effect hit rate and the attack is increased by 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40%, and attack is increased by 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40%. But honestly, Eyes of the Prey looks like it's the best one out of them. To be quite honest, you could possibly use We Will Meet Again. After the wearer uses basic damage or skill, the wearer deals 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80% of attack as additional damage to a random enemy that is attacked by abilities. And that could honestly work because you could hit any of the 5 when it comes to Sampo's Wind Shear ability. So it really kind of covers all bases in that sense. Sampo is very different as a debuffer. I honestly wouldn't even use him as a debuffer. I know he's part of the Nihility path, but it seems more like they really want him to be a wind DPS. And he works really, really well for that, especially with all the wind damage he's doing with Wind Shear, all the like different damage over time that he's doing. It's kind of absurd that they put him under Nihility, but he's more like, honestly, I think he's more of a, what's it called? I think the Hunt, almost. But he doesn't do a lot of damage in general. It's just a lot of damage over time. So I think that's mainly what they wanted to go for with that. So it makes sense, but Sampo is honestly going to be one of those ones I feel a little conflicted about. He seems like he's a good character for damage over time, which is what you want, but at the same time, to me, it just doesn't make any sense for him to do to be Nihility when he should be a DPS from what it looks like. So, but yeah, Sampo still looks really, really good. Now, guys, of course, that's going to be it for today. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, subscribe button down below if you guys like the content. What do you think about Sampo? And tell me what you think about Honkai Star Rail. I'm very excited to hear you guys' opinions on this game because, honestly, I'm getting more excited every time I do a character because a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing and how I'm diving deeper into these characters, it looks like it's going to be so much more fun than when I did closed beta 1. And I can't wait to try it out. It's gonna be fun. Don't forget, on the 26th through the 28th, we will be on Twitch. I'm debating on if I want to make it a subathon, but we'll see how it goes. But we will be live on twitch.tv/Sashidaisetsu playing Honkai Star Rail for those 3 days to get up to speed and all that jazz. So hopefully I'll see you all there. Once again, this is Sashidaisetsu signing off. Have a wonderful day. Please be safe, and we will catch you guys in the next video.